Minecraft Live is past and over, so what new things will we be getting? To celebrate Minecraft's 15 years next year, this update is meant to focus on combat adventures and tinkering. This might mean we may actually get those combat updates from years ago, but let's focus on what is confirmed. The very first thing that was introduced was a new randomly generated structure that will be found in caves. This structure is called the Trial Chamber. It will consist of various different rooms, of which we only saw a couple. To start off, we saw the corridor, which is basically just a hallway that will lead to different rooms and potentially supply chests. Incorporated into the Trial Chamber is an update that Minecrafters have been asking for ages: harder dungeons. They mentioned that they are trying to make these trial chambers something that will appeal to players who enjoy combat, and one of the biggest things that was shown was a new trial spawner. These new spawners adapt to the number of players that are approaching, making this an enjoyable challenge both solo and with friends. This means that the more players you have, the more mobs will spawn. However, unlike with the traditional spawners, there is a limit to how many mobs will spawn. And once you have defeated them all, the spawner will drop loot rewards. In the video, we saw emeralds and diamonds drop. Once defeated, the spawner will enter a cooldown mode so that you can come back and challenge it again later. We don't know what types of mobs will spawn, however it seems that there will be visual markers to indicate what type of mob we'll be facing, as they mention that since there are ice blocks around this spawner, they know they will be fighting husks. However, this is not the only new challenge to be found in the Trial Chamber. Excitingly, they also introduced a brand new mob called the Breeze. This mob fights differently from any other mob in the game, but perhaps most similarly to the Blaze. It will hop around and shoot out gusts of wind. This wind can splash and blow things away, or deal damage if it hits you directly. But probably the most interesting is that this will also interact with things like trapdoors and buttons, meaning you will not only be fighting the Breeze and other mobs, but also the environment and any traps generated in the chamber. This will be really cool to see in some custom games, and it would also be cool to see if the Breeze can spawn anywhere else in the world or be moved somewhere to create some mini games in survival. There will be more rooms, but we have yet to hear what they will be. However, along with this new structure, we are also getting some great new blocks. Specifically shown off was this new tough block, but a tough block set was mentioned, so I can only assume there is more we did not see. On top of the tough blocks, we also got new copper grates, which look absolutely fantastic. It also looks like we have copper trapdoors and a different decorative copper block we can see here. But the most interesting, at least to me, is the new glowing copper bulb. This is a copper light that not only looks fantastic, but actually gets dimmer as it oxidizes, meaning that you can come and adjust the lighting by skimming away oxidization with an axe. It was not mentioned if you can wax these to prevent them from oxidizing, but I assume you'll be able to. However, perhaps one of the biggest shocks, at least for me, was the addition of the crafter block. This is a redstone based auto crafter. It requires a redstone pulse to craft whatever is inside. You can disable specific slots to make sure your items go where you want them to. This is a huge get for a lot of the community and something I was not sure would ever come to the game. I am, however, incredibly excited for it. We also found out the mob vote victor, which unfortunately was not the penguin or the crab, but was indeed the armadillo, so congratulations to everyone who wanted dog armor instead of something useful. Everything shown off here will be available in some new snapshots in the coming weeks, but you need to check out my wish list of things I would love to see added to Minecraft in the future. We can see just how much Mojang is missing. Click on the video on screen right now and I will see you over there.